This is Rich Tip Tuesday on Shedding the Bitch Radio, and you are listening to Bernadette Boas. Let's see, what Rich Tip question do we have? Corrine. Shy Corrine. And she is asking about, and I want to make sure I get this question right that she had. She's asking, I am shy and not the best out in networking or social events. What tips can you share? And I basically told her, which I'm sure she did not believe me, but I basically told her right up front that, and many of you won't believe me, I'm sure too, is as much as I love engaging, talking with you, and I do look and act like a social butterfly when I'm out and about, I kind of have to do it on my terms, or not even on my terms, but on my mood. So I can often go to networking events, especially if I'm not familiar with the group and I really don't know anybody there, and I can kind of be a wallflower. I can kind of hide in the corner. So I totally appreciate it when Corrine was brave enough to bring up this question. But I'm shy and I don't like to go out to networking or social events. What tips can you share to help me overcome that? So I mentioned that. Now, what ultimately will help you tremendously with that issue is to just do research, do some homework before you go to the event. So say it's a business event, or maybe it's a matchmaking event. Maybe it's like, Match.com has those stir events. Yes, I am single. They have these stir events. Maybe it's you're just being invited to a party from a new friend, and yet you really don't know, beyond that person, anybody there. So what can you do? Well, first, I would see if you can do research on the event or the party that you're going to. And what I mean by that is do research on the type of event it is. Who's holding it? What's the purpose of it? What type of people are they inviting to it? So get some facts underneath your belt, even just to build some conversation starters around why other people might be there. Because that could be your first open starter question is, hey, what brought you here? But do some research. And then, especially if it's a business, social, kind of structured, organized event, see if they have the registration list online. So a lot of meetups, a lot of Evite events, even registration events that go through like a GoToWebinar or some other type of professional, functional, organized event calendar. They may post who's coming and who's not coming. And if they do, then do research on the group. Find them individually and even go to LinkedIn or go to Google and see if you can find out information about them. Find out a conversation starter. Where did they go to school? What college did they go to? So maybe you could talk sports. Where do they work? What do they do for a living? What might have tied them back to the group event or business association meeting that they're going to. So try to find and do some research, okay? Take the time to do it before you go, because that'll kind of arm you and make you feel a little bit more confident about the fact that you're going into a room, potentially to a room full of strangers, and you already know them. So I'll give you, for instance, I went to an event several weeks ago now, 175 people, maxed out. I went, found the registration list. I went and linked in with every single one of them, which you could do, and I said, hi, this is Bernadette. I see that you're going to this event on Thursday evening, and I look forward to seeing you there. I'm very excited about, the opportunity to engage with other professionals. And so by the time I showed up, by doing that, most of the room already knew me. They'd see my name. They didn't know me. They probably saw my picture because I linked in with them. But they saw my name and they said, oh, wait, I just heard from you, didn't I? Or why do I know your name? Or, yeah, I got your email. Thank you very much. I made a note to look for you. I got all those kind of comments. So here I walked into a room of complete strangers, 175 of them, and felt perfectly comfortable and actually welcomed because people were already looking for me. So do some of that work, do some of that prep work. It'll make you feel a lot more confident that you're not going in with a blank sheet, so to speak, even if it's just a blank invite, and you just don't know anything about the people that are inside. Well, now you would, and now you do. The next thing I would do is stand in the middle of the room. As opposed to going to the corners because you're safe in the corners, go to the middle of the room. And why I say that is because people are going to be drawn to you and the middle of the room. And the number one icebreaker is simply hi. Right? Hi, my name is Bernadette Boas. Hi, what brought you here? Hi, I have no clue what I'm doing here. I don't know anybody. I mean, there's so many questions and so many things that you could ask, you could say to kind of, break the ice, get somebody to laugh, get somebody to put out their hand, say hello to you, whatever the case might be. And you'll be very grateful, and you'll get over that initial nervousness type of thing. Of course, there's smile. Everybody loves a smile. Everybody loves a hello, and no one's going to turn away from you. And if you do, you simply say, "Okay, I want nothing to do with that person," and that's one less person you have to kind of engage with. All right, so keep that in mind. Now, I made a note to her. I said, P.S. If number 2 sounds like a lot of work, all right. So identifying people and, I missed that. I'm sorry. So some of the work in the prep work, the research, you're getting to know people. Pick 2 to 5 that you want to meet. You're obviously going to that event, going to that business function for a reason. Make sure you get something out of it. Find 2 to 5 people that you want to meet for some purpose that you have for being at that event, and go and search them out. Now you have faces, potentially if you're on LinkedIn or Google Plus or something, you might have a face, you might have a job description, and you could be already armed with information for you to go and make an introduction to somebody. Okay? So I made a note, if that sounds like a lot of work, you're missing the point. Knowing who is at the meeting and how you can serve them and then you is smart and productive networking. And it is. And it will just make your networking that much easier because you already will have some familiarity with the people in the room. All right? So, I hope that helped Corrine or anybody out there that may be shy and not sure what to do when they have to go to an event or a party or a business function where they don't know anybody and they're not the most gregarious, outgoing people in the world. My rich tip is basically just to do your homework, say hi, and smile, and you'll be good. All right?